Stock of the day though, Bitcoin is on everyone's lips at the moment. The iShares Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin approaching record highs in dollar terms, given that they're widely considered hedges against devaluing of fiat currencies. But in terms of market cap, it has already surpassed its November 2021 peak of 1.27 trillion US dollars. Bitcoin market cap currently valued at 1.32 trillion US. Also seen Bitcoin hit a high and plummet soon after. I will declare now that I don't invest in Bitcoin and never have and never will. So any ad that you see on digital platforms saying I've invested in Bitcoin is a scam and to absolutely and utterly ignore it. Sean, what do you think of Bitcoin at the moment? Do you invest in it? And
I could
what do
actually
you think of the ETF?
Word for word, I would echo what you said. Haven't done it, won't do it. I don't fully understand it. But the ETF is fascinating. We actually look at it quite closely because it's a really good leading indicator for liquidity in the market. If people have got free cash to buy Bitcoin, they've probably got free cash to buy equities.
Right.
And if you overlap the charts, it's a leading indicator. So it was up 7% last night. You know, equities are breaking out to new all-time highs. Well, they have been for a while. Bitcoin is surging out of control. Last night we also said, last 48 hours, strong moves in gold. There's a lot of money out there. There's a lot of money looking for a home. Valuations are edging higher. I think we got about 2.5 trillion US dollars of money sitting with private equity. Again, looking for a home. They're desperately trying to get some returns or they're going to lose their mandates. There's money out there and Bitcoin is showing it. So I've got no interest in it, but it tells me that there's cash out there and good equities will still do very well. Gives me encouragement to be long stocks and not to worry about the market, even though the papers are full about doomsday, have been for the last few years. They don't look very good today.
Yep. Of no interest. All right. Mark Moreland, you talk about team invest filters all the time. Whenever any investor goes, "Gosh, you're a dinosaur, why don't you invest in Bitcoin?" I just ask them very simple questions. I'd say, how does it produce? What is it? Oh, it's supercomputers solving complex algorithms. I said, yeah, I've heard the words before. What does that actually mean? I have no idea. Who regulates it? Well, no.
Well, I actually think Bitcoin's fantastic for what it is.
Right.
It's not an investment per se, because what it is, it's an alternative method of exchange between parties and people and so on, which is largely outside the control of central banks and regulators. Although it's not like it's a cash economy how it was when it started, where you could anonymously transfer Bitcoin. Now in Australia, if you're in Australia, obviously to be on an exchange you have to do the 100-point check and all the rest of it.
The government knows exactly how
it's taxable.
And drug cartels.
That's right. That's a long time ago. Yeah. So it's a taxable entity from the ATO's point of view. So they'll tax you on your profit, which I think a lot of people don't really realise that, and they need to think about it when they make profits and sell their Bitcoin, because the ATO will get you.
Yeah. The tax officers are certainly thinking about it.
Absolutely they are. But look, I have no problem with it in that I'm sympathetic to the whole thing based on the disaster that the Fed's been and the out of control debt, bad money management, all that. I can see why it was created in the GFC, and I think it's a fantastic thing. But it's not an asset in itself. It's a system which is limited to 21 million bitcoins eventually. I think it's 19.5 now or something. So it can't inflate. It can inflate based on values of what people pay for it. So I can see why it totally appeals. My youngest son, who's now 32, he's been in it from the beginning, and he used to use Bitcoin to pay for all his computer components. Right. And he had 26 Bitcoin on a jump drive, which he lost. And he tried to pull the house apart trying to find it.
Right.
Lost, gone.
So 26.
Yeah, because back in the day,
it's $100,000 per one now.
Yeah. That's right. Anyway, the point I'm making is, a lot of the advocates are young, next generation. We're, as you said, dinosaurs, but I have no problem with it as a place to, if you want to put money, it's very portable because you can take it anywhere in the world on a little jump drive, but you can't take more than $10,000 cash out. So it's got a lot of things going for it, but it's not an asset in itself. Yeah. It's just something that people can use as a trustworthy point of exchange.
Trustworthy point of exchange?
Well, it's trustworthy because of the blockchain and the way it runs.
Yeah, I agree with blockchain as an industrial solution, but isn't it just gamifying sort of investment.
Oh.
And that's why it
that-
attracts.
Your son
those
lost the equivalent to
young
a
investors.
house on a,
Well,
on a
it's one
thing,
USB.
lost
if
his
he can
drive.
find it,
Yeah, it's a house.
it's probably got thrown out.
And also, I had a lady just she got one of these scam ads for Bitcoin and lost $100,000, and it came up on her Bible app.
Really?
Which is an app where she
You should be able
reads
to
a
trust
section
that.
of. Well, that's what she thought. Saw my face on the Bible with the Bible app.
Yeah, but the other trouble, it's like
It's a
gold. If
scam.
you look at Bitcoin versus gold, I thought when Bitcoin came out, I thought if it does get to purchase in the market, which it has, it's gone past any question of it surviving now.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be largely the end of gold as a source, because Bitcoin is way superior to gold. Because both of them don't earn any money.
Right.
Technically, you've got to pay money to store your gold. And I think gold has really done bugger all. If you look at it over the last 20, 30 years, it's
Right.
barely
It's a
kept up with
record high
inflation.
now, though.
So Bitcoin's outperformed dramatically. So it's I've lost any interest. I never had a lot of interest in gold, but I've got even less now.
Right.
You've got to remember though as well that the Chinese and the Indians per se, they love two asset classes. They love property and they love gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So I think it's hard to just throw it out the back door.
Oh no, it's custom and tradition
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And habit.
And they are
Right.
big growing economies.
Oh,
Right.
Sure.
You know.
So,
But no
would
earnings,
you
because-
go into a
no,
Bitcoin?
No, I
ETF?
wouldn't, because we're into income earning assets. So to build our wealth, we're not. I treat Bitcoin as a speculation, and what you're doing is you're buying it now. If you buy it now, you're buying it on the basis that someone's going to pay more for it down the road.
Yeah.
Now they probably will, because the reality now is that it's opened up to the big instos and the hedge funds and everyone are now just starting to really get into it. That's a lot of money. It's been retail driven basically.
Yep.
I don't think that's a good thing, by the way. Because what it's going to mean is going to be much more volatile, probably, because they're generally a lot shorter term than the hodlers and the ones who buy their Bitcoin and they're not selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up 7% last night.
Yeah,
You know, big moves.
Yeah.
It's having a huge move. So,
So if you're a day trader or you're a speculator, Bitcoin's fair game, but we're investors.
Right. Okay. All right.
but you did call it a stock. That made me laugh when your
Oh well, stock of the day. Well, yeah.
Because
because it was the iShares Bitcoin
Fair
ETF.
enough. I'll let you off.
And
Which
by the
was
way, I
listed.
saw you on the internet, and I tell you what, it was very persuasive. I nearly bought Bitcoin based on it. I thought if Koshi's doing it, I should do it.
It is amazing. It's ridiculous. At the moment, it has been the bugbear of.
I saw you on a
Years
bus
for
too.
me.
Is that fake?
Yeah, no, that's real. The bus is real, but that's the issue.
Physical.
And I should be like. There's a bloke in the UK who actually sued the platforms for defamation for carrying those scam ads because it undermines your brand and your reputation.